Hello. Yeah, I'm having a few issues here with, there it goes, there it is. This should be down here, you see, like this, but it's not, which is annoying because it should be there, man. But look, it keeps disappearing. It's such a
Like so many positive
annoying
ways. Maybe we can't
thing.
lose.
Oh, Cloud Dragon, hello. Oh, there it is. It's so annoying, this thing. It just keeps... Okay, just stay. No. Oh. I have to remove it. Look, just stay where I put you. I just want you there. Just there, like that. That's better. Yeah. Oh, where have you gone now? There you go. Oh, dearie me, I tell you. It's a nightmare, man. This oh my life, look at everything's gone all sort of tits up. That's better. It should all be there like that, you know. Right then, sorry about that. That was a bit silly. Right. Ta-da! We're finally here. Yes, we are. And everything's going sort of wrong. The camera's in the wrong angle. Everything's at the wrong angle. It's all pretty annoying. Let me sort out another camera. Oh my god. Which is going to come up there. Look, it should be down here. Let me just sort this one out as well, because everything's a bit weird today. Everything's gone a bit strange today. I don't know why it's all gone strange. Now I've lost that again. There we go. Oh, dearie me. Everything's a bit weird. I don't know which camera's better. That one? I think that one's better. We'll get. I'll be sorted in a minute. Trust me. I'll be sorted in a minute. Anyway, hello Shal. Hello Lotto. Hello Galactic Tech. Hello Ellie. Hello Treadhead Pete. Hello Level 2 Trading. It's just been one of those days, guys. So, coffee chat time. Yes, it is. Oh, dearie me. And if I had the time to sort out the camera, I would, but I don't. So that's just the way it works. I mean, it's annoying, you know. Oh, it's. I don't know why everything's gone sort of bizarre, but everything's gone sort of bizarre. We should be like that, and the camera should be more. No, it shouldn't be that. It should be more here, like that. So at least now I can be seen. Yeah, that should be like more like that, I think. I think that's more like it. Anyway, a couple of things. One, I don't have many replays, so I don't know why I'm showing the game, because I really don't have many replays today. But that's the way it goes. So what we got to talk about? Wow, we've had a new update, but before we get into any of that, let's have a look what's in the store. Might as well. Well, Scorpion G crates, they're still there. 2,000 gold. You only get one crate though, and you get, well, one present. So basically you get 2 and 3. So you get two crates plus 1, and you get 3 for 2,000 gold with a drop chance of only 4%. So at your peril, guys. Then we get the STG and mystery boxes. You get 3 mystery boxes and an STG. 15,000 gold though. That's a lot of gold. It's a lot of gold. The drop chance for the tank, I don't know what the drop chance is, but here we go. The drop chance here is, well, it's not a drop chance, you just get the tank. So you just buy the tank and you get some mystery boxes. Mystery boxes include, wow, lots of things, because it's a mystery. Each mystery box includes 2 certificates for 200 XP and a random reward from a list. So of a vehicle, gold, credit, 3 XP, premium account, blah, 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 blah. So 15,000 gold though. The tank itself is 12,500 gold. That is a bit steep. That is a bit steep. I mean, it's an okay tank. Don't get me wrong, I like it. It's a nice little medium. Some people don't. I mean, Meadsy doesn't like it, to be fair. But I know some people who do like it. I don't think it's a bad tank. It's a tricky tank to play, but you know, it's one of the good things about it. Then we got the Lorraine 40T and the T54 Mod 1 for 10,500 gold. I mean, the Mod 1's okay, to be fair. What about the Lorraine? Well, it's alright. It's not too bad. 10,500 gold, and you get all the equipment unlocked and everything. Or you can get it on its own, 6,500 for both. So you're saving, basically, well, 2,000 there. So, well, 3,000 actually. They're not bad. They're okay. I mean, they're okay tanks. Moving down, if you've got season coins, then you can get the take A9 into battle, which if you've got 3,400 season coins, you can get. Or alternatively, you can get the Blaze for 9,400 season coins. Getting season coins, well, you've got to play quick tours and stuff like that. Then you get the season coins. Moving down now, we've got more Scorpion G boxes, 15,000 gold, and you can get 15 Scorpion G boxes. Not cheap. You can get one for 1,000 gold. Then we've got the AC4 Sentinel and an FV201, the A45. I like the A45, it's a nice little tank, and the Sentinel's not too bad. That's going to cost you 5,000 gold. Okay, they're lower tier because you've got a tier 6 and a tier 7, but they're not too bad. Or you can get them alone. 3,000 for a tier 7, which isn't a bad tank. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. And then we've got all the normal boosters and containers down here. And obviously you've got this one, the Avatar container. And this one here for things I don't know what it's for. I don't know what this is, to be honest with you. Then you've got the booster pack and then the normal stuff. Moving over into the bundles, well, we've got battle passes, obviously. We've got the subscription for gold and XP. That's not bad. I mean, it's 100 gold times 30. So that's not bad, 3,000 gold. And then you got 1,000 XP times 30, which again is 30,000 XP. That's not bad at all. Let's not be on it. Let's not be, kick this out. For it says there 10.99. It's not 10.99. I mean, 10.99 works out to about $4, give or take. So that's not a bad deal, to be honest with you. And it obviously just means that as long as you play the game every day, you'll get 100 gold every day for 30 days, and you'll get the 1,000 XP. Look at that. See, I knew that was going to be in the wrong bloody place. Ah, dearie me. Let me just sort this back out again because it's annoying me now. There we go. Then we got the Kanonen Jagdpanzer containers still. It's okay. It's not a bad tank. It's not the tank that we tested, but it's not a bad tank. But it's in containers, and you can. That's $10 basically for 3 containers, 2 + 1, or effectively $5 for two containers, or $4 for 1 container. Oh, dearie me. Then they've got this, the Dashing A32, the only tank I've ever sold on my main account. I got rid of it. It went. Wasn't interested in it. Don't like it. Never have. Never will. Won't buy it. And I certainly won't pay cash for it because that's just daft, to be honest with you. Simple as that. I just won't do it. Then we got Strategic Advantage, which is just gold, credits, premium account for quite a lot of money. That is quite a lot of money. That's like $30, maybe $35, $40, something like that. So that's quite expensive. High potential, well, that's $10. Power build-up is $5 basically. Then we've got 10 containers for like $50, $50, $60, that $50, $60, something like that. And you got the normal stuff down there, and that's about it in the store. So there's not much. There is not much. Let me just drop the noise down. So there we go, dropping the noise down. Unfortunately, as I said, I don't have many replays. In fact, I have hardly any replays, to be honest with you, which is annoying, to be honest. So I'll play this one as it goes on in the background, because I don't have many, and there's been an update, so there's a lack of them. But what's been going on? Well, spring season is now here, so we're well into spring season. We've just finished PYS number 2, and on Monday PYS number 3 will start. It's been an interesting season so far. Excuse me while I sip some coffee. I mean, it has been an interesting season so far. Some ups, some downs. Hey, Shogun, how you doing? There's been some ups and some downs. I mean, we're seeing the basically almost the return of Raid. To be honest with you, they're starting to look better. They played a much better POS yesterday. They still sort of came a cropper against Endgame, but then again, most clans are going to come a cropper against Endgame. Apart from my clan, Vale, we beat them. Woohoo! But we had a disappointing POS number 2, to be honest, failing to get through. And a lot of the, I mean, let's have a look. We can see what. Let's see where everybody is at the moment. Let's have a look on the EU tournament board. And we'll have a look at Asia as well. And NA. I'm just got to load them all up. There we go, and let me load NA as well. It's been a nightmare today. There we go. So looking at EU, well, at the moment we have Serenity still on the top spot. They've been playing particularly well, followed by Endgame, who are snapping at their heels, then APA, then I don't know which BPS that is, to be honest with you, but one of the BPSs. Poggers, that's the Aqua version of BPS, I believe. I'm not sure.
Hello.
Hello. Bear with me. Where's that gone? Come back, you stupid machine. And then we have Reckham, then Raid climbing up into 6th place, then A1, N1, and then Infinity War, IW down in 8th. That's the top 8 at the moment following the end of PYS number 2. Top 16, well, we got S4W at number 9, My Clan Vale at number 10, the original BPS number 11, then Zenith number 12, then Reti, then Pog, then Loka, and then FV207. And then, in fact, we'll go through this. I'll show you this on the screen, I think. Probably easier, to be honest. After this replay, we'll go through it so we can at least see it. And this replay won't take much longer. There's only 2 of them left to be smacked. So and what I'll do, I'll get it readied up so we can go through the leaderboard of all of them. So let's do the window capture. There it is. Let me just drop it though. Oh, where's it gone? Come on, don't do this. Oh, for God's sake. There we go. Sorry about that. I mean, so many issues today, technically. It's being a real pain today. A real pain in the backside. I don't know why all the settings have changed, but all the settings have changed. And, I don't know, it happens, I guess. So the settings change for the camera, the settings change for the YT, the setting change for the game, everything sort of changed, which is really, really annoying. Well, as soon as this replay finishes, this is a good little replay actually. As soon as the replay finishes, we'll have a look through the leaderboards, because I'll be honest with you, I really am running out of replays since the updates. I mean, I have got a replay of mine, but I've just played that, which is the Master Arena Jaegeroo. But I need to save that for the PYS tournaments, because at least then I've got a game of mine that I can show people, which is different. But this is a lovely little Emil 2 game by Gravity Force. And there you go. It's a Vin. A Vin is a Vin is a Vin is a Vin is a Vin. Hello, Gaseo. How you doing? No, I enjoyed it, Shogun. It was good fun, man, watching you guys play. So let's just jump out of that and let's have a look at the leaderboard. So let's see if it comes up. There we go. There's the leaderboard. So at the moment, this is how it's looking on the EU server. As I said, Serenity, Endgame and APA in the top 3. BPS, which is the rebranded Aqua, basically, in 4th. And then Reckham, Raid, A1N1 and IW. This is the end of PYS number 2. So there's still like 4 more to go because there are 6 PYSs. Dropping down into the middle echelon, which is the top 16. Wow. S4W are there in number 9, despite their accounts. Did I say that? Sorry. Vale have dropped out of the top 8 and dropped down to 9th place, but 10th place, sorry, but they can get back in. It's not a big deal for them at the moment. The genuine BPS, the original BPS, are there in 11th. Then you got Zenith, Reti, Pog, Loka. You know, they're trying to come back to form, I think. I mean, I watched them yesterday, and they're almost coming back. It's taken a bit of time, but they're down there in 15th, and then FE207 in 16th. Moving down to the bottom echelon, we've got S1A1, Fu4, DWF, Kraken S, who've been playing particularly well, so I'm surprised they're all the way down in 20th. Then we got WNR, Cash, TFCZ, Evico, Sparta, Phoenix, Tertia, UN Quick, and it goes all the way down. Asper, who had a really good season, are now languishing in 32nd. Reckham as well, down into 33rd. So Astra have also had a good winter, they're down in 35th. Imor had a great winter, down in 36th. So there's some big killers out there. R2K down in 39th. RNG down in 44th. So it's not been in Doz, who played pretty well in the winter season, and down in 45th. So, you know, it's some big name clans are down there. Dinos are at the bottom down there in 49. BHBP used to be, you know, was a particularly good clan. They're down there at the bottom as well. Oh, it's so there are some big clans down there. And I could keep going down, but what's the point? So that's what it's looking like on EU. Moving over to Asia. Well, at the moment, that's the middle echelon. We want to look at the top echelon. So at the moment, we have RN, who are coming back to form on Asia. They're up in first. Feast, minus Maddox, because he's moved over to E7. They're in second. HLV in third. ENT fourth. CATS fifth. E7 are coming back. They're in sixth. GV are sort of faltering. They're down in seventh. And then eighth is PGMT. Moving into the middle echelon, we're going to go into the lower echelon on Asia. Moving into the middle, wow, ECG. The big name there is ID. I mean, they're pretty good clan. Normally at the very top of the leagues, they're languishing in 11th, and they've got a lot to do. Let's have a look at NA quickly. Oh dear, it's not put me in the right place, but there we go. It's always the way, always the way. So, Pramo are at top. They had a good final yesterday against Rain. They really did have a good final, played it really well. So Pramo are languishing on the top spot. Then Apex. Apex have been up and down. I mean, they didn't have a great tour yesterday, but they're still there. Joker, which is the clan I'm in, I mean, they were in second place, so they've dropped down to third. They had a particularly bad PYS yesterday. GG are on the rise. They're playing particularly well. Pincer, well, they're climbing back up. They've been up and down. Rain, well, they were languishing like in middle order of top 16, so they're back into the top 8. So they'll be happy about that. And they were looking pretty strong yesterday until they came up against Pramo. Then you've got EC and Void. Again, I'm not going to drop down to the bottom echelon, but I'll go down to the top 16. Then we've got Rival in number 9, OG 10, MM 11. So MM were playing particularly well last year. Cursed in 12th, Purple 13th. 14th is PPS, 15th SLG, 16th SVG. I will just drop down to the lower echelon because there is a big name clan down there. Basically, Cruel is down there. So is Straight down in 19th. So it's pretty annoying for them. That's how the tables stand at the moment for the PYS. So that's what we're looking at. So the PYS obviously is still causing concerns with the win rate accounts, obviously, because it's kind of screwing up the MM a little bit. But it is what it is, guys. It is what it is. But it's so far. I mean, it's been a good tour. We've seen some fantastic games. To be perfectly honest with you, I mean, last night in EU we had a good final between Endgame and Raid. We had a good final on NA between Pramo and Rain. We have seen some great games. We've seen some really, really good matchups. There's been some heartaches, but there's been some really cool stuff as well. So, but I don't know what everybody else is feeling. You know, are they enjoying the spring season? Are they liking the spring season? Are they hating the spring season? It's going to be condensed. So grabbing those cups is going to be mightily important, to be perfectly honest with you. But I mean, I had a chat. It's quite interesting. I had a chat with Blaster from Raid before the final stage of PYS number 1. Saying that, you know, Raid look like they're on the up, and then they go out to lose to IW in the very next game. And I also said in the same interview with Blaster that Endgame are looking invincible, and they went out and lost to Vale in the very next game. So I don't know if I'm sort of taking the I Jinx to server moniker from Jack. I don't know. And then I interviewed IW yesterday, and they went out against Raid and lost. It's just terrible, really. No, I shouldn't have called them giant killers, so that was my fault. Bless them. But what's everybody else feeling about the tour? I mean, there's still, like I said, there's still a lot of upset over the seeding, but not much you can do about that until Wargaming change it. But it's like interesting because some of the clans, I mean, one of them is down in 9th place who's got their 100% win rate account, so, you know, so it's not helping them that much, is it? It's seeding wise. And as I said to IW, I mean, IW have got a 100% win rate account. And as I said to them, they've still got to play the game, so, you know, you might, they don't seem to be getting an advantage with the seeding. I mean, they've had Raid now twice in the opening battles on PYS final day, so I don't think it's really helping them, to be honest with you. But what does everybody else think? I mean, come on, Eric, you're in the chat. You must have a view on this. How's it going so far, do you think?
It's going great. No, yesterday wasn't sure. Yeah,
yesterday wasn't the best for Vale. Losing to, who was it, Retty or Reckham? I can't remember.
Ratty.
Retty, there you go.
I mean, if it was Reckham, then I would have deleted the game already.
Well, it does happen. It does happen.
We are used to lose against Retty, so...
Yeah, this is true. Yeah, this is true. But, I mean,
it's all fine.
But it's been an interesting tour so far. I mean, I'm intrigued to see if Serenity can hold on to that top spot, to be honest with you. I mean, they're doing okay, but can they hold on to it is the question. And, you know, Endgame don't, well, you know, at the end of the day, Endgame don't train, do they? Let's be honest. But they're climbing back up, and you guys kicked them, and it was nice to see that they changed their team name to I Hope We Get 7. After going out with 6 against you the other day on Vale, so that was good fun. And But, I mean, if Giseo's there, how's it going with the rebranded BPS, or ACFA, or whatever you want to call it? You guys are climbing up that leaderboard, I noticed.
Hello.
How you doing, mate?
Yeah, we are. Actually, yesterday we beat Eternity, even though we hard throwed the second game.
Yeah.
And we almost beat it endgame.
I saw that.
The second game, we came losing 4k HP after they were, but we came back, and at the third game we throwed, which is disappointing.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's good being fourth place. To be honest, I'm feeling good right now with the team.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, you're climbing up the leaderboard, which is quite good, and it's been interesting because you've been tied against the other BPS clan on a couple of occasions, so there's a little bit of sort of angst there between the two, I
Yes.
think. And they beat you. They beat you on the one in the one game, didn't they? One of the PYSs.
Yeah, they did. Right now, our overall score is 1-1
Yeah,
since we beat them.
that's right.
So
So,
we are tied right now.
well, of course, I mean, you're not the same clan. I mean, you have the same clan tag, but you're not the same clan. So,
Yeah.
you can't. It's not like if the other BPS wins, then the cups are sort of shared equally because you're two different clans. So it's not going to work that way, which is good.
Yeah. It's
So
not-
I can anticipate that Foxy, who's leading the original BPS team, is sort of doing his best to turn you guys over every time he comes across you. Which is good, it's healthy. But we've seen some
Yeah.
Is he
interesting
leading?
rounds.
Is
So-
he leading or is he just a player?
I don't know if he's calling.
He's a no.
He's the
RG is
captain.
calling, I think.
RG's calling, yeah. But he is the
Yeah,
captain
it's
of
like-
the team, so
Yes, it's like me, for example. I'm the captain of this team, but of course, Third is calling it since I mean he's the most experienced.
yeah.
Which I guess in the other team works the same. And we just want both teams being top 8 and probably top 4. So that's why we made like this new
Mhm.
BPS clan, just to not have both teams in the same one.
So
Just
what do you-
stacking caps.
Yeah. Well, I was about to ask. So, what do you guys think about the fact that this is a more condensed PYS? No longer 8; it's now 6. How do you feel about that? I mean, it's less cups. Well, on paper it's less cups, but it's not because it's just over 6 games. But those 2 extra games does sort of make it a little bit more pressuring, I guess.
I mean, for me, it's better having 6 PYS since it's not that much time you waste. But
Mm.
also, it's a force you less mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
Since when you have 8 PYSs, you can like maybe don't make it to the second day twice or 3 times. But right now, if you miss 1 or 2 days, you are
Yeah.
already out of top 8 already, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's a bit more brutal, as you
It's
say. I
very
mean,
difficult.
when there's 8, you
Yeah.
can afford to miss at least one final stage and still come back. But when there's only 6, it becomes a bit more critical trying to grab hold of those cups. And you just can't afford to miss out. So it is a bit more brutal in that respect. But, I mean, I like the fact it's a bit more condensed. I think it's fairer on the teams. The only thing I'm still not liking is that it's still best of 3, which is incredibly brutal. It's just harsh. It doesn't allow any team to make a mistake, I don't think.
Yeah, well, but I think it should be best of 3 at the beginning,
Mm-hmm.
but then at the finals or semi-finals, maybe best of 5, something like this. I don't know.
Well, it's one thing that we've been debating. I mean, maybe the group stages for the PYS should remain best of 3, but the final stages be best of 5 or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
And then when you
That
get
would
to
be
the
good.
Pro Tour, obviously it should be best of 7, best of 9, maybe. I don't know. But I mean,
for
best
sure.
of 3 is brutal because it doesn't really. If you just make one little mistake, and we've seen mistakes being made. Well, it's not mistakes as such. I mean, I've seen games on both Asia and EU being lost on a bounce here and there, or poor RNG. I think it was. I can't remember which server it was yesterday. I think it could have been. No, it was IW. It was IW on Vineyards, and poor old Watch. But I think it was what? No, it was Lucy Boosie dude. Got ammo racked in like the first 30 seconds in a mouse, and that sort of completely destroyed their chances. I mean, they were just jostling for position, and boom, ammo rack, mouse, gone. That's a big tank out the game. And on that, they were on the back foot, and it was against Raid. Was it against Raid? Yeah, it was against Raid. And they were automatically on the back foot. And when you have things like that, best of 3 is brutal, whereas best of 5, you can sort of cope with that one sort of mishap. So, but it's nice that they have condensed it. Sort of gives you guys a bit more
Yeah.
time off.
Well, RNG is always there, like also we got fucked up by RNG against Endgame once in Nube.
What happened?
Somehow the server crosser fucked us like 3 crucial shots. So we lost because of server crosser.
Oh
It was
dear.
very fun
Yeah,
to play.
I think we had the same thing yesterday against Reti.
Server crosser sucks a little bit.
I mean, for the last 2 days, I've been having sort of massive package loss and ping issues, to be fair, on both Asia, well, across all the servers.
It's just the update.
Yeah, it is. It's the update sort. And then obviously there was a patched update that came through, which came yesterday.
That was mostly for Android because for some reason the crew voices went missing for Android devices. I experienced it. It's so weird to play, but then again.
Well, I logged on for the first time today on my iPad, got into a game, and then the game froze me, so I had to restart it. Tried to get back in the game, and it said, no, you need to update. I'm like, oh, what the hell? So I died.
Well, the update, we almost got, we almost lost the first round against Luca yesterday because the update.
I was reading that on the Discord
27
server.
just on time.
Yeah, I was reading that on the Discord server. You were having problems logging in, I believe.
Yeah, my update got restarted twice when it was to 90%. Fugit's update was going so slowly up, like maybe in 10 minutes, 20%. And also some more guys had some problems.
Well, I had
to
that
enter
today
with my phone.
Yeah, I had that today. So I logged in and I started a game, and then the game froze, so I had to restart the iPad, logged back in, and then it said you're out of date. So I had to update, and it wouldn't update. So I had to cancel the update, restart the update, and then it was like 45% it downloaded, and then it just stopped again. It was really weird.
Yeah, it's so weird. We almost lost. Like we couldn't have 7 players because of that. Almost.
And they didn't tell anybody that there was a patch update coming. That was the other thing. That was annoying, not having an update that there was a patch coming. And I know that there were issues with Android users. I'd seen that. But, so I can understand it going into the Android user store, but I'm on iOS. Why does it affect me? It's not fair. But it could have been disastrous. And yeah, I was reading on the main Discord that you almost had a disaster. Bless. But I mean, they haven't brought any new tanks in, which is interesting. There are some on the way, I believe. Well, they brought the Triumphant in, but that's part of the Battle Pass, and nobody uses a Tier 6 and a Tier 10 tournament, so it's not effective. But I understand that the American Tech Tree line may be delayed, that they're thinking of updating, bringing in. I think it may be slightly delayed, not sure yet. I'm waiting for more information on that. And I don't know when the other tanks are coming. Obviously there's some Russian lights and mediums coming, so... But I don't know how they're coming. I don't know if they're coming in crates or if they're coming in something else. I'm not sure at this moment in time.
Well, they did say in 8.0 they're releasing the Yoch line, but delayed.
Yeah, they're hoping for the Yo to come in 8.0 stage, but they don't know yet. I think there's some more tweaking to be done with that one. I'm not sure, so I don't know. I think the Tier 7 and the Tier 8 is ready. It's just the Tier 10 that needs a bit of tweaking somewhere, probably. So I don't know.
Yeah, remember, it could do what, 1,000 damage?
What's that?
Like 2 seconds.
900. It's 450 alpha.
Yeah, it's 450 alpha. All the details are on what's it called, Blitzhanger. You can see it on Blitzhanger. That's pretty much what it is.
Yeah, and it got nerfed.
Team Trouble, I'm going to cover that. Actually, I'm going to cover it now because it's shocking. And yeah, let's cover it now. So, with the exception of me, because I am a complete idiot sometimes, who else has spent 8,000 gold on the Jaegeru camo and attachment? I clearly have, because you can see it in my garage.
I'll admit to that.
Is it
only 'cause I'm a
8,000?
sucker for punishment.
8,000. 8,000 gold for both. Yes.
If you get the
Yeah.
camo and the attachment, yeah, it's 8,000 gold.
So the camo is 3,000. The attachment is 5,000.
So Fugit,
Yeah.
I heard this the other day, and I just wanted to see if somebody else could confirm this. Is it that the attachments actually cause server issues for wargaming? That's why it's so expensive. They don't want so many people having the attachments on their vehicles.
I don't know if that's the issue. I've never heard that before.
That's the first time I've heard of it, and I was like, seriously? Like,
I wouldn't have thought so.
server issues, but
I think it's
they'd be able to
more.
fix that.
I think it's more a case of that. It's good. It's easy money for them, and people like being different, so they'll get the attachment. I mean, I rolled out the other day. In a quick tour with Vale, and they all picked on me because I didn't have the attachment for the IS-7. How dare you all pick on me? It was unfair, guys.
Did we?
Yeah, you did.
Wait, who?
You.
Who was that?
It was you. You were one of them.
Me?
Eric. Yeah.
Yeah,
Attachment?
probably Eric.
You were calling me a nab. Oh, look at you. You haven't got the attachment for the IS-4 or the IS-7. What a complete idiot you are. That's what you said.
What?
You said
No,
that.
I didn't.
Yes, you did.
I didn't.
Shame, Eric.
It's probably Swissbot that has
You
too
have
much
been
money to spend.
exposed.
Yeah, I got
Tell him to donate some.
Yeah. I don't know if I went out then feeling aggrieved that I was picked on by my own clan. I don't know if I
Yeah.
went out and then bought the attachments. I think I did, feeling aggrieved.
Yeah,
Yes,
as
I
you
did.
should. Why didn't you buy it?
I actually did buy the attachments. What about did I buy it for the IS-4 as well? I did. I felt so aggrieved that I went out and bought the attachments.
But you got influenced.
That's how I was bullied into it by the clan. Bullied, I tell you. Bullied! It was not nice. So to stop being bullied, I got the Jaegeru attachment. That way they can't have a go at me this time. I'm telling you.
But since when the Jaeger was imported in tournaments?
Yeah, but I think 8,000. I mean, 5,000 for the attachment is a bit much. I mean, when the attachment starts to cost more than the actual camo, and the attachment doesn't really give anything, doesn't change the profile of the tank itself. It changes the look. Obviously, it's an
Well,
aesthetic.
it definitely looks good.
Yeah, it looks okay,
I
but
just
you know, it's not like the camo
I
which
just
gives
know
you.
that
Go.
I just know that the first one just helps you cover one of the tumors. That's why you get it.
That's the E3 one, isn't
I
it?
don't know.
The E3 covers the hatch. The spotlight is right next to the hatch. Doesn't do anything. You know, you can go straight through the spotlight, but it just makes it harder to aim. I think it's the E3 or the E4, one of the two.
I think it's the first 155.
E3.
It's the E3, isn't it? Yeah. So if you look at the E3, I've still got the Yo in my garage. I thought they were taking that away. Clearly not. So if you look at the E3, if you stick the attachment on, then what it does, it doesn't actually give you any benefit, but it sort of covers the cupola, making it harder for your opponents to aim at it. If they do, guys, if you see it, just go straight through it, because it doesn't bounce, it doesn't do anything. It doesn't actually do anything to the tank. And then
It's meant to.
and the
confuse you.
E4 is the same. It's got the same attachment. So it's E3 and E4. You can stick the attachment on, and it sort of covers that cupola, making it difficult for you it's like a misnomer. You think, oh, it's going to bounce. You won't bounce. It will just go straight through. So, but it's sort of confusing for people. But yeah, Treadhead, it's a bit steep. I think it's a bit steep. 5,000 for the attachments, when the camo itself is only 3,000. It's interesting. But I must admit, I do like the camo. The camo is really funky. Really funky. It's nice, man. Although you know, they could have made it a different colour. I don't know why they're infatuated with making the Jaeger so grey all the time. They could have made it, a nicer colour. I don't know.
Pig.
Don't be daft. It's like it's like the E100. I mean, the E100 is just boring, isn't it? Just black.
Well, this has a bit more detail than the E100.
It does. I mean, the E100 one's just a bit boring, to be honest.
Yeah.
Really, I like the 100 camo.
Yeah,
Like
but
the
it's
Dark
like,
Knight kind of
it's
thing.
just black.
Exactly. It's just black. And then you got the two
Remember,
mouse camos.
boys, you can always put the pumpkin on.
I mean, you got the two mouse camos. The snaky
The
one.
mouse camo is nice.
Yeah, the mouse camos are okay. And I like the grill camo is, well, basically trying to make everybody feel that they're in raid. With a semi-pro looking camo. And I like the camo for the VK90, I must admit. And that's what I mean. I mean, that would have been a nice, colourful type of camo for the Jaeger, rather than just grey. You could have had that camo with the dots. Now I'm just waiting for the VK72 to get a legendary now. That would be nice. But my favourite camo of the German line is the Leo. I do like the Leo one's camo. I think it's beautiful.
Yeah, it's a nice one.
I think it's a really nice camo. The one I'm not too keen on, and I know this is not going to go down well, is E50M. Just don't like the big eagle on the side of it. Just makes it look silly. But the colours are nice. I just don't like the patterns, so to speak.
For me it's okay-ish.
Yeah. But
But the Leo ones is better.
Oh, the Leo one I think is beautiful. I think it's a great camo. I think it's absolutely it's amazing, and it looks really good on the Leo, really good. And I mean, thankfully, I don't think it doesn't have any attachments, which is good. But there are some
I also
bad
like
camos.
the one from the I also like the one from the T62. And if you have the attachment as well, then
I do like the T62A one as well. I think that's pretty funky. I think that's a great looking camo also. It is a nice camo. The IS4 is it's a bit boring, the IS4. The T22 medium's not bad, but again it's a bit dull. Object 140
IS7.
It's a bit dull as well. IS7, I do like the IS7. It makes it look mean. I mean, it's typical Russian USSR type camo profile, but it looks mean. It does look nice. And then the 268 also, that's pretty funky camo. That's not bad either. But no, I mean, it'd be nice that they brought camos out for all of them. It's like the other one I do like the pattern camo, the M48 pattern. I do like that camo. I think it looks quite nice. And they have got some nice camos. It's good when
What
they
do you
these
think
camos.
about the one for the WZ113 GFT with the fish?
Oh god, I hate that. Oh, I hate that. I mean, I don't even have it on. I don't have it on because it's just, look at it. I mean, it's a nice colour, but oh my giddy aunt, why put a big massive
But do you have
goldfish on the
bicycle?
side of it?
Yeah, it's a bit weird. But like the colors are nice, but they shouldn't have maybe done that fish.
Well, no. I mean, when you look at it, look at the end of the barrel. I mean, the end of the barrel's got fish scales. It just looks stupid. It's just daft. But the one I don't like. Thankfully, if we were in China, if we're on the Chinese server, one of them, I don't know which one it is, comes as solid gold. Is it the 121? You can get a solid gold camo.
But in this game, it's also like the PC game. You mean?
Yeah, I mean the 121B comes with a legendary camo, which is that solid dragon gold.
That's a Type 59 in PC first.
Type 59, yeah, you can get a solid
Type
gold
59G.
one. Yeah.
Yeah, Type
Well,
59G.
yeah. Well, on the Chinese server, you can get one similar apparently, but it's only available on the Chinese server. But it's
pretty expensive.
Yeah, it looks pretty daft, to be fair.
Yeah, but with the graphics on the PC version, it looks really nice.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. But it's not too bad. What's this? Who's this? Don't know this. I've just been invited to a tomb.
What do you think about the WZ113 camo? The normal,
Oh,
the heavy
I'm not.
camo.
I'm not a big fan of that one because I'm not a big fan of that
Yeah.
colour. To be fair.
Yeah, me neither.
I'm not a big fan of like a burgundy colour. I mean, look at it. It looks like a teapot. It looks like a Chinese teapot, and I'm not keen on that camo, to be honest. I'm really not. I mean, some of the camos I'm not keen on, but yeah. I mean,
And the Hori, I don't like the Hori's camo as well.
no, I'm not a fan of the Ho-Rees camo. I think that one's a bit sort of net as well. I mean, I know it's a samurai. I get that, but yeah, it's not my favourite. Whereas the STB, oh, I love that camo.
Yeah, that's one is nice.
The STB one is a nice camo. That is a nice camo. But I mean, what are your favorite? Just out of interest, what are your favorite camos on stream, guys? I mean, there's some nice camos. There you go. Fizz is right. It's the Type 62 Dragon Gold, but only on the Chinese server. That's the one. Jish.
Oh, the Type 62, but there's also like a Type 59 gold edition, right? I think.
Yeah, we need to get back to the. We've gone to camos. We need to get back
Or
to
maybe
the tour
on the
discussion.
Chinese
just saying.
server there's only. Oh, the Chinese server. Oh yeah, the Type 62. Okay.
Yeah, it's a Type 62. So
If you ask
Yeah.
me what is the best camo in the game, I would say Tiger 2. Legendary.
Tiger 2. Oh yeah, that one is really nice. I don't have the Tiger 2 sadly.
Oh. So anyway, going back to the tours, because there is a question I want to ask the Vale guys as they're in the chat, and that is Eric and Jory.
Oh, great.
Unfortunately, Ely Raymond isn't here because I would have ripped into him. So guys, tell me about the utter destruction you faced on Vineyards against IW. Where they absolutely rushed poor Ely.
Oh, that one.
Yeah, that one.
Oh.
You two were in the Crown Dragons, I believe, going up to the ruins.
Yeah. And
Ely was in the IS-4 going to the rock just past the main, where the normal base would be in normal mode. And IW came hurtling through in their E5s, etc., and just absolutely smacked poor old Ely. And then turned the tables in the city. I mean, it was a very aggressive strat. And I
true,
guess,
and it worked.
and I guess
Was
you guys
prepared.
weren't expecting it, to be fair.
Yeah,
True.
but it wouldn't. It's not gonna work. Like it worked only once now, and
Yeah.
people will know now what can happen. So they would just do something else that can counter them twice harder. So, but I'm not expecting them to do it again. Would be, in my
No.
opinion, pretty.
But what were your thoughts when you were going through? I mean, I bet was Raymond sort of a little bit pissed.
Well, we didn't. We didn't hold our plan, what we were supposed to do, and that's also fucked us up. That we didn't
Okay.
have the spot for them going to the city, even. So
No. Well, I didn't. To be honest with you, I didn't expect them to go into the city, and it took me by surprise. And
we were expecting it,
Oh, really?
kind of. But
And I was because obviously I'm doing these sort of flyovers before the maps, and I said I'm expecting them to sort of put a couple of hull down tanks, heavies like E5s in this position, which is like the mirror position to where Elysium was. I didn't expect them to just absolutely high and fist it over the top. To be fair, that took me by surprise. So
yeah.
but as you say, I don't think they can do the strats again. I think a lot of people have sort of seen it now and a bit wise to it. So
Yeah, like what they did was not new, but we just weren't
yeah.
ready for it.
And I think, what was it? I haven't got any replay spicy. That's the problem. I've run out because nobody sent any because it's all been reset. So no replays. Can't do much. Sorry, mate. Just the way it goes. We can have a look at Addictivo going out in his crown wagon, I guess, but lots of people have already seen that. Also, I know it's not on the tournament circuit, but have you noticed Mines is sort of been reworked?
Yeah, I've
Change
heard about
something.
it.
And in fact, I'm just going to stop on the stream because I don't know if it's going to affect anything, but we've got this new sort of aesthetic look to Mines. It's not on the tournament circuit, but it's obviously it's obviously in the normal tier 10. Now, it used to be that you could get to this position here in like your medium tank and sort of really harass the enemy. And then the enemy come around the corner and you could back away and sort of go up against the side. But now they put this wooden sort of fence there. And there used to be a little dip, and that dip is gone now. So I don't know if that's going to change the dynamic of the map. I'm not sure. It's the dip, it's the wooden fence there I'm talking about if you're watching the stream. And it's they've sort of rounded out this area where you used to be able to sort of totally hide. And now you've still got a position where you can go back to and sort of get around the corner and the big rock is still there. But with that fence, they've sort of changed it, is my point. Not played the map yet, but I'm thinking that it's not going to be as easy to sort of get those bounces in that area anymore. I'm not sure. I'd be intrigued to see.
Yeah, let's see. Haven't played it either.
No, I've not played it.
Haven't played any randoms, to be honest.
Well, I played today for the first time since the start of the spring season, to be honest with you. And I just played the Jaegeru because I wanted the camo. You only get it.
How many battles do you have to play?
Only one. I only played one, and then the pop-up comes.
Okay.
So
I'm playing Run right now.
Oh, there you go. It's straight after that battle,
So,
the pop-up will come, and you'll see it. 3,000. It's a double pop-up. 3,000 for the camo, 5,000 for the attachment. But and I aced it earlier, 6.6k, which is really low for a Jaegeru, I thought. So I thought it was a bit low, especially when I've seen games coming in for the likes of the E50, which are first classes for 6k over the last couple of days. So the Jaegeru seems a bit low to me. But anyway, back to the tours. So, I mean, I've been watching. Who are you liking at the moment? I mean, Serenity's played pretty nicely so far, I must admit. Saw them on in one of their matches, and they were looking very coordinated, very relaxed, very chilled out. I only caught Endgame yesterday against Raid. To be fair, Raid were looking incredibly good up until the Endgame match yesterday. I don't think I've caught any of the BPS games yet, so I don't know how you guys are doing. To be honest with you, I've only caught one Veil game, and you sort of disappointed it because I was streaming it, and it was against IW. I caught Asp yesterday against Raid, and oof, they got they were a shadow of their former selves. To be perfectly honest with you, they were not looking in control at all. It looked like a walk in the park for Raid, to be fair. And I haven't seen any of the others yet, like APA, etc., etc. So who are you looking at as, like, I mean, Endgame is always the main competition, but who else are you sort of looking at thinking, they're going to be tough? Let's throw that out to Vale first, and then I'll ask Isaiah Jones. So come on, Eric, Jory, who are you looking at thinking, don't say Recti.
Sorry,
Which are the
What are we
clans?
talking about?
Which are the clans that you're looking at, thinking, oh, well, they're gonna be tough? You know, I'm sort of picking at the moment the clans to look for is Serenity and the usual suspects. Endgame.
Serenity is pretty consistent, and
Mhm.
Endgame as well. BPS is also, I think, pretty
Mhm.
consistent. Maybe not as consistent as Serenity yet, but
Mhm.
maybe soon they will. And Loka, I think Loka will come back to the top 8 soon.
Well, they were
Maybe
looking
in the
that
next
way.
Progress game.
I mean, you know, local looking like they were playing well, and then yesterday they came up against who was it? Was it Raid? I think, and they looked quite pedestrian in one of the games. But in the first game, they were looking quite strong. Like Loka were really determined to sort of come back and really sort of pile on the pressure. You know, I was quite hopeful at one stage, and then Raid sort of bunkered down and changed that. But it wasn't an easy game for Raid. Raid were made to work for it by Loka, which is promising. So we'll see how that works out. What about A1N1? I've not seen them yet, to be perfectly honest with you. They've been streamed by Wildman's Helper. And a lot of people are saying they're looking strong. They're still in the top 8 at the moment. But I've not seen them
What?
play. A1N1.
Are they top 8?
At the moment, yeah. They're 7th. Who are they led? They're led by Ali Moses. Is that Ali Moses' team?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a pretty decent team, I guess.
Yeah. And then we've got...
I don't know if it's top 8 level, but
Mm.
we will see.
And then we've got Infinity War, and Infinity War looked quite promising. I mean, they were punished last night against Raid, but in PYS 1 they were looking quite promising, to be fair. And
I think that might be a new team for
Mhm.
the top 8.
Oh, they're a rebrand, aren't they?
If they keep this up, then
They're a rebrand of Alex N, aren't they? I think. I'm not sure.
yeah.
Yeah. So, but I mean, they in PYS number 1, they had some really nice strats, to be honest with you. And they seem to be, I mean, they played against Raid on Black Goldville and really made Raid look pedestrian. And they played it particularly well. But yesterday, Raid turned the tables and made them look pretty pedestrian, to be fair. But I was very impressed with the way they handled Raid in the final group stage of PYS 1. And I think they are a clan to sort of keep your eye on. They seem to have a good sort of philosophy. And I know there's things about the win rate accounts, but you know, win rate accounts only get you so far, and you know they've been playing quite decent stuff. Although, as I said, they failed to sort of progress yesterday. What about you, Gaseo? Which clans have you got your eye on over there?
Well, I got probably Endgame for sure,
Mm-hmm.
and then I guess Lock and Serenity. But I mean, there's a lot of hard opponents, so
Yeah, I mean, there's some clans that are taking me by surprise. I mean, Zenith seem to be coming along. They seem to be holding their own at the moment. I mean, okay, they're in the top 16, but they're pretty high up. I think they're in 12th place. They seem to be having quite a nice season so far. I mean, they had a nice winter season until they all rage quit. So, you know, anything can happen with Zenith, to be honest with you. I mean, the rage quitting is just around the corner with Zenith, bless them. But yeah, I mean, I'm intrigued to see if Loka will steady their ship and come back. They had a disappointing winter season, but certainly one to keep an eye on.
I think they will.
It'd be nice if they did, to be honest with you. But I mean, are you guys finding it a bit more competitive at the moment, or just, you know, same old as normal clan wars?
It's different than winter season. It feels a bit smaller. Like they're less. It feels like you see different names, and you don't know how good the teams are. Like the
Yeah.
new clans, there are a lot of new clans that are pretty good, but yeah, we still don't know how good they will be.
Yeah, I mean,
Like A1N1 and
Mhm.
IW and stuff like that.
it seems that way. I mean, some of the games I've seen, it seems it seems a bit more competitive than Winter. At the moment, we're only into the second PYS, so you can't really take much about it. I mean, it'd be after the third PYS when it starts looking like how close is it? Is it as close as Winter, etc., etc. There don't seem to be. Yesterday didn't seem to be many clans in. PYS 2 didn't seem to be as many clans as there were in PYS number 1. But that could just be my own sort of.
That's always that's always the case.
But it could also be my own sort of mental breakdown because there aren't many people streaming PYS number 2 at the moment. There's not many streamers, whereas for Winter we had a lot of people wanting to stream, which we're not getting at the moment. And to be fair, we've only really got poor old Fishy on NA, although I'm doing NA as well. Where normally Droodles would be around, and for winter season they also had Wild Ones Halper. And then for Asia, it was only really me. Wild Ones Halper is doing PYS final stages. And then for EU, there's only myself and Every doing the whole thing, although Aminet jumped in yesterday and so did Wild Ones Halper. So there just seems to be less streamers, and when it feels that there's less streamers, it feels like there's less sort of clans playing. I don't know, maybe it's just in my head. Because it just feels that way.
It feels smaller than winter season.
Yeah, it does. It does.
Yeah.
But I mean,
there are like less tours, and that's maybe a good thing. But it's weird that it's like they did it now, and because normally it's like spring season is pretty big and winter season is small, and then you have Twister that's even bigger.
Yeah,
but nowadays it's a bit weird.
So, I mean, I don't know if any of you managed to catch any of the games on NA. Have you managed to catch any of the NA stuff?
Well, I didn't watch it, but I'm following it.
Okay, so yesterday I was following Apex, and then Apex went out, so I was then following sort of Rain effectively.
Yeah.
And on one of the games, they just went all out heavy, and I think it was on New Bay. And when I say all out super heavy, it was like E100s, Mouse, VK90s, and I think a VK72. Not a single medium, light, just super heavy German. And I was like, I don't know if this is going to work. And surprisingly, it did. And it worked a treat. So if you ever get the chance to see that, it's an interesting game. It really is an interesting game. Because one of the things I've noticed across this season is that there's been a little bit more experimentation with the meta. I can't remember who it was. I think it was Endgame. Rolled out in an STB1. Or I can't remember who it was. I think it was Endgame, or it could have been Raid. I've seen clans taking 215Bs. TVPs are kind of making a showing every now and then. And who is it who's been taking the Object 140? That was Endgame, wasn't it? I can't remember.
Probably Endgame, yeah.
I think it was Endgame.
Like 140 is still being played. That's not new. But...
No, it's not. But it's a nice change from the standard IS4 E5, the occasional and the Kranwagen. Obviously the Vickers is still being taken and stuff like that. But I was just intrigued to see that there's a little bit more experimentation. Obviously, it was Raid who took the STB. There you go. That's well done, Yusuf, for reminding me. And I think it was Raid who also took the 215B. And made it work, funnily enough, which I thought was interesting. But this Rain game yesterday, and I think it was it was New Bay. Yeah, definitely New Bay. Full super heavy, and it was just beautiful to watch them play it.
IW took the Chieftain on Faust when we fought them there.
Oh, IW took the Chieftain. Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
So
on Faust.
So I love that there's a sort of experimentation with some of the meta. It'd be interesting to see. It'd be interesting to see if there's going to be some other changes coming through, because I've seen some interesting strats, some strats that you don't expect, which has been good, especially on Yukon. I've been seeing different strats on Yukon, where who was it? I can't remember which clan it was now. Was it Serenity? Or was it BPS? I can't remember. Took the 50Bs and just hightailed it, mad rush through the decap. It was you, wasn't it? It was BPS. Yeah. Yes, it was.
Yes.
Because I was streaming it and I said, "Oh my god, this is so aggressive!" And boy, did it work! You caught those super heavies at the BCAP completely off guard. And that took me by surprise, because I do the flyover saying not many people go to the decap, and then BPS go and send all their bloody team to the decap without capping it, and then just completely do this mad rush straight through. It was fantastic to watch, absolutely fantastic to watch.
Was it against us or no?
APA.
No, it was APA.
Oh, APA.
It was APA. Yeah.
I think
absolutely trunced them. It was really...
Jory, didn't we also have someone else doing the same thing with 50Bs against us on Yukon?
Huh? I don't know.
Are you deaf? Didn't someone else use the 50Bs against us on Yukon?
I don't know.
Probably. Yeah, never mind. Jory's deaf. He's playing World of Warships.
He's had too much beer. But no, I mean it was yeah. And so I've seen some new strats coming out, which is fantastic, because things taking people by surprise is good. I mean it's always good to do. And I love that strat. Those 50Bs absolutely hot-tailing it through the decap, catching those super heavies completely off guard. It's just fantastic. And ironically, I've now seen that strat used twice, funnily enough. I really have. I saw it used on NA server, so... Which...
Yeah, we actually use it. We use it 4 times, because we got Yukon in semi-finals and in, first stage.
Yeah.
We use 50Bs just to, ooga booga our way through the decap and straight into B.
Yeah.
And it always catches people off guard, because they're not expecting it. And it actually worked well. We won those games.
There you go. So yeah, I mean, like I said, I saw it. It's the first time I've seen it, because normally for Yukon, we because it's a newish map, I've been seeing people sort of tentatively around the middle area, fast capping B, fast capping C, then having a sort of brawl around the middle or by the A cap, with the occasional sort of Vickers going out towards the D cap, and then to see those heavies push through the D cap like that was just beautiful. And it's fantastic that the clans are finding new strats for these maps, because it's nice to see. And I've seen some other strange strats as well. Like I said, I've seen the rain one, which I saw somebody take, I think it was 5 mouses, and I think I said at the time it's not going to work, and it didn't work. It just didn't work. I can't remember what map that was. I think it was Normandy or something, and it just really didn't work. 5 mouses is just not a good idea on Normandy. But I can't remember which clan did that. I think it was an Asian clan. I'm not sure. Or it could have been an EU clan, but one of the lower order clans. No, it was Asia. It was definitely Asia. Yes. And it completely backfired. But I've seen a lot more use of E100s, and not just traditional maps like Alpenstadt, etc. Seems to be. And there also seems to be... I blame Vale, to be fair. I blame Vale for this. There is a lot of IS-7 usage out there now.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I knew Jory would like it. But yeah, there's a lot of IS-7 usage now. I can't remember, somebody from Raid, I think, is spamming the IS-7 every now and then. I can't remember who it is now. Oh, it's S1K, I think. S1K is spamming his IS-7, so... And I'm purely blaming Vale. And I'm purely blaming Jory, because it's not Eric. If it was Eric, it would be Jaegeru all the way. So...
Yeah.
Although I must admit, he is quite partial to the Kranwagen.
Yes.
Ironic, in winter season, every time somebody wanted to pick a Cranwagon, you shot us down. Now, you jump in a Cranwagon. Well, what's going on there then? Have you suddenly started to like it?
I started to like it myself because I first didn't have it, and I didn't because it just came out, and we already wanted to use it, and it was a bad idea, just like the TVP winter season.
Well, I'm waiting.
That was great, man.
I'm waiting to see. I'm waiting to see you employ the Chobham strats of TVP Cranwagon Mark 6s. which you tried on one map and it just didn't work, if I remember rightly.
I rather have IS7 E4 and 1-1B.
E4.
But yeah, I mean, the IS7 seems to be making a bit of a showing every now and then. As I said, I mean, S1K of Raid has been using it, so it just goes to show.
Yeah, fuck you, Jory. Why did you do this? More IS7.
Nothing wrong with the IS7. So, come on, in real terms then, for tournaments, Eric, what is your favourite tank for tournaments? For these type of tournaments, you know, the proper pro tournaments.
Crans.
Cranwagon for you. Jory, what is your favourite?
He likes the E5. He likes getting Emiract.
Oh, because I'm playing without I'm playing with double repair kit, so
well, he's not even playing. He's just playing World of Warships all the time.
Yeah, I'm only playing in the tours, and that's it. But,
yeah.
I play E5 and IS4 mainly, and that's it.
Okay, Giseo, what's your favourite?
Well, at the start I hated Cran, but now I just can't stop playing it. I love it.
It's a nice tank until it's emptied its clip, but I mean, it's fantastic all down. I mean, so I can see why you guys like it. And Jake, you're on the NA server. What's your favourite over there?
Oh, I mean, Crans and E5s, if you pair them up together, they always seem to work well on the NA. E5s is kind of that overall mobility and stuff that we like to use.
Nice. So, yeah. And, you know, I mean, unfortunately, we haven't got any of the dedicated, because you've got to be a sort of really good, you know, you guys tend to pick, for your pro clans, you tend to pick certain players who play the mediums and the lights. I mean, who's the dedicated player in Vale for the mediums and the lights? Because there is one. I can't remember who it is now.
I have no idea.
Yeah. We still don't know for 100% for sure who is going to play the medium.
Well, you tend, for example, when you get Endgame or the likes of Raid when you stream, you tend to sort of see in advance, well, Orca's going to definitely be in something fast, for example, although sometimes he gets in a Cranwagon, and things like that. And what about Giseo? Is there a dedicated light player or medium player for BPS?
Yeah. We do have our Met or light duo, which is the F and Kuma from North. And when we need to take a third medium, I am the one taking it.
Yeah.
But for sure, F, it's probably our main light tank and Met.
Yeah, and I think I've seen him rolling out in Object 140s and things over on the NA server as well.
Now it's called H2O Cleo, not F anymore.
Yeah, he's no longer the F, he's H2O player, yeah. But I think he's still EFXD on NA. Is that correct? I think so.
Yeah, I think he plays in NA, but I don't know the name.
Apex.
Yeah, he's in Apex.
Yeah, he's an Apex player.
Yeah, but he's EFXD and he's again a medium light player over there. And Kuma just throws those things around the map. He really does. I mean, I remember the last time I streamed Win in a tournament. They I don't know if it was Kuma or Killer actually. He was in the Vickers. I think it was Killer. But they absolutely rushed APA through the B cap, and it was either Kuma or Killer in the Vickers, and he must have done at least 20 kilometers in that thing. but no matter which part of the battle you went to, the Vickers was there already, shooting the tank. So every battle on that map, it was just somebody from the north in a Vickers killing somebody from APA, and it was fantastic to watch. So so Kuma was always able to throw that thing around, which is fantastic. And on NA, I've been watching His Royal Fatness throw his Vickers around the map as well. He seems to get everywhere quickly, and but I mean, His Royal Fatness has always been a good player, but he has an uncanny ability to sort of be wherever he needs to be before you actually know that he's going to be there. It's craziness. It's craziness.
Did you stream the finals?
I did indeed. It was Pramo in Rain, and to be honest with you, the way Rain had been playing yesterday, I thought, Rain have got this. But fair play to Pramo.
Yeah.
I mean, they really looked good yesterday, and they played really well.
Rain is not on their maximum
No.
performance yet.
But I mean, like I said, running up into the final, they didn't put a foot wrong. It was a bit like Raid in PYS number 2 for EU during the way through from 16 all the way into the semi-final. Raid didn't really put a foot wrong. Loka gave a bit of a scare, but aside from that, they just didn't put a foot wrong. Rain was the same yesterday. They didn't put a foot wrong on NA, and then get to the final, and Pramo really played a good strat. Really played a good game. They were very cool, calm, and collective. And it was the same with Raid. I mean, the thing that's impressing me with Raid is if you look at the Raid that we had in winter season to the Raid that we've got now, the Raid that we've got now is more akin to what we've had previously. A less sort of jumpy type of Raid, and more, we're going to try and control the map, and we're going to make you do all the hard work for us. So we're not, but when they came against Endgame yesterday, Endgame was like, no, we're having none of this. We're not going to let you control this map, and we're going to make you work for it. But it's good to see that Raid are sort of coming back to that previous mentality that they had, which is interesting. So I think it's going to be a great little season, and I'm looking forward to to PYS number 3. I just hope that the seeding goes according to plan, to be honest. So,
Yep.
Anything else you guys want to add in?
It's literally every tournament now, and like, who's gonna get fucked?
Yeah, it's a bit of gambling.
Yeah, well, but the problem is now they've sort of sent. One of the problems that we've got now is basically. Yori, have you just played that? Did you just play the Jaeger route?
Yeah, I'm playing it right now, so I'm trying.
And you've just played it on mines.
Yeah, that's why I wanted. I lost.
Okay. Well, as I say, yeah, so, I mean, because sort of Wargaming haven't addressed it and they've sort of given a green light, and, some clans have been screwed over with the seeding. PYS 3, I'm expecting to see more sort of shenanigans in that direction, to be honest. So just be mindful of that, guys. Keep your eye on it. But it's not helping, I don't think, some of the clans. It's helping some of them with their seeding, but, I mean, S4W are not in the top 8.
S4W, yeah.
They're not in the top 8. IW, well, they've been pitted against Raid sort of twice now in the opening rounds of the final stage. The only one who's really benefited so far, from what I can tell, is APA. But they've, that's the only one.
S4W is not really top 16 though, would you like? No offense, but like
No, I'm not saying it that way. But it's not really benefiting them, if you know what I mean. It's
But it's benefiting them like currently though. Like they got a pass for the PYS 1 and 2 for the final round.
Yeah, they have, but that's due to, I don't know what that's due to actually. I mean, maybe it's due to lack of teams playing. I don't know. But it's like, yeah, they're getting a buy, which gives them the cups, of course, but
They go an extra 300.
yeah, but they're not progressing. I mean, they're down into 9th place, and the chances are, unless they start pulling their finger out, they're going to continue slipping, even with the seeding that they get, because
They won't. They won't. If
They
they
were
get top
11th
8,
actually.
if
They're
they
in
get
11th,
top
yeah.
8, it's, like they won't get top 8 in my.
No, they shouldn't
Well, I
even
mean,
be there. Like
they
we
might
like
they might get top 8, but look how they're getting it.
They will
we
get top
we
8 and they
threw
will get
hard.
gangbanked.
Well, that's what I'm
Like
saying. I
That's
mean,
what
yesterday
will
against
happen.
S4W, we threw hard. Like what the fuck was that final battle on Alpenstadt? Really?
This clan is just 50%ers in disguise. Just saying.
I mean,
Like-
I think they're going to struggle, to be honest. Regardless
Well,
of
they
the
should.
accounts, they're using, because at some stage they've got to play the big boys, and they know that. And you know, have they been able to turn any of the big boys over yet? I don't think they have. I mean, AP is a bit different.
Yesterday it should have been a win for us. Like that.
Mm.
That's well, kind of RNG based because I got like on Vineyards, I crossed a gap and then I got ammo. And then
Oh,
after
there
I
you go.
fixed that, my gunner got killed, and then I got set on fire. So yeah,
What were you in? An E5?
E5, yeah,
What a surprise! Yeah,
like 10 out of
modules.
10, best tank, man.
10 out of 10, the easiest tank to get the modular damage. Yes, that is true. But yeah, I think, you know, I mean, even with the shenanigans, I can't, unless they change their gameplay and their strats. To be honest with you, I can't see S4W progressing into the top 8 on win rates, on the 100% win rate accounts alone. They've got to play. You know, they can't rely on the buys. And it'll get harder for them as it goes through the PYS, because they will come across. They may get, you know, nice MM in the group stage, but they're still going to be pitted against decent clans in the non-group stage. It's as simple as that. In the final stage, and they've still got to make it work. And it's not
On the
gonna
final
happen.
stage, on the final stage, they are always having the easiest bracket out of all.
Yeah, they
You
have
just
at the
look
moment.
at
That
the
is
bracket;
true.
it's like so easy,
Yeah,
and still they are having a hard time.
that's what I mean.
That's
yeah.
why
So
we're
it's
kicking.
preferably
That's
their
why we're
level.
kicking ourselves. We didn't beat them yesterday.
Mhm.
Like that's an extra 300 cops there. Like and then like, well, if we beaten them, like we would have faced Loka, and then that's like I don't know, like a 2-0 for them, I guess.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, you know, this is what I'm saying. It's great having the win rate accounts, but it's you've got to still play the bloody game. And yes, you're getting a slight advantage in getting that favourable MM, but as soon as you come up with a clan that knows what they're doing, having the 100% win rate accounts isn't going to help you. In fact, it's quite the opposite. It just makes you look silly, to be fair.
It would be interesting though to see how they'll do in the Challengers Tour if they got top 16, like in the group, like in the round robin.
They got challenges in winter, did they
stage.
not? Did they not get challenges for winter season? I think they did.
No, I don't think they did.
Or didn't they?
No.
I
I
can't
don't
remember.
think so, no.
Is
They
there
didn't.
even like Challengers?
No, I think they
in
did.
winter?
It was allegedly selling spots for challenges avatars.
That was SYS. That was SYS. That was SYS, I believe.
Oh.
Okay.
To Lieutenant.
I can't remember who it was, but because I know they were in the challenges, whoever it was doing it, but I just can't remember who it was. But I mean, yeah, I mean, at the moment they're not in the top 8, and if they come across, yeah, they'll probably get easy groups and still get into that final stage, which obviously is going to annoy a few clans. I get that, I understand that, because they're denying clans in the next stage. But there will come a point in time when even in the PYS they will get better clans in the early stages, in the group stages, and it'll change it. And I don't want to wish any clan bad on anybody, to be fair, to be perfectly honest with you, but it's on the strength of how you play, and if they haven't got the competent players of top 8 caliber, then they're going to struggle. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. And that's not going to help
like at the end
anybody.
of the day, you need to do your best. Like that's it, I guess.
Well, you do need to do your best. And I mean, the F is saying there, the problem is in the first group stage you get more cups. So for teams like this, it's about the first day. And I agree with that. And after, PYS 1 and PYS 2, some teams have had pretty easy group stages to allow them to progress to the final stage. But I don't think it's always going to be like that. And, I'm hoping that they will come a cropper. Well, it's not come a cropper. I'm hoping that they will face some more challenging clans in the earlier stages. And that's really where you start to see the strength of their capability. If they come across, a true top 8 clan in, say, before the quarterfinals of the group stage, then if they get in, then fine. If they beat that top 8 clan and then get into the final stage the next day, then that's fine and dandy. They've proved their point. But if they do start coming across top 8 clans in the group stage and not progressing to the final stage, then it goes to show that they've been, relying on seeding rather than skill, which is a different thing. It's a different thing. It is a different argument. Whereas some clans, I mean, and I know, a lot of people sort of point fingers towards APA for whatever reason. I mean, APA, yes, they're using those sort of accounts, but at the same time, they are holding their own against other clans in certain instances. They come a cropper against some clans.
Not their second team, though.
No, the second team's completely... Oh, no, we're not talking about the second team. The second team is there just to sort of be a safety net for them. And obviously APA's second team is filled with 100% win rate accounts to try to try and get that good seeding as a safety blanket, which okay, you could argue it's a morally sort of bad tactic, but with Wargaming giving a green light effectively to 100% win rate accounts and stuff like that, you can't condemn the clan. As for APA's first team, well, they still have to play. In some of the games I've seen them play, they play particularly well because they have got good players in their team. So, who are, with fairness, some of them are top 8 caliber. And APA, love them or loathe them, they have consistently got into the top 8 over the last few seasons. So it's not like they are not don't deserve to be there, so to speak. But eventually, 100% win rate accounts isn't going to help them because we're seeing more strength in depth within the clan war scenario, I think, in EU. There are new clans coming in and there are new challenges, and with clans getting better players, it's going to become harder for you to progress with these 100% win rate accounts. People are actually going to be able to smack you, which is why we're going to see that. We're going to see that. We've got the likes of, we haven't really changed much, but we've got the likes of Raid coming back to form, Reckham doing okay, their first team, and they're doing okay. We've got the rebranded Aqua, which is BPS, or Serenity, which is going from strength to strength. So the more clans that we get coming through and coming up, challenging, it's going to make it harder and harder and harder because they're going to come across them. So we'll see. We'll see. I don't think it's going to be as easy as they ever thought, if you know what I mean. Right, apparently I've got to go because I've been invited to a quick tour.
No.
So I've got to leg it. I didn't realise they were going to play it now, to be honest with you. Yeah, I'm going to go to the team. When are you playing Imor? It's Imor. When are you playing? Are you playing right now? Seriously? Like right this minute? Right this minute?
Imor's team is not like last season's Imor. Like, they're completely different.
It's kind of the second team for the last season.
Yeah.
The first team of Imor is not there anymore.
No.
Like only Elon's, I think.
a couple of them have moved out. Blazy's moved out, etc., etc. So, you know.
And Bell from Vale.
Yeah.
More, I guess.
But well, we'll see. I mean, Imor at the moment are basically a shadow of their former selves, I must admit, and they're languishing down in the lower echelon. I believe they're not even top 16 at the moment. So
they're 35th.
Yeah, yeah, they've got a lot of work to do, to be honest with you. But we'll see. We will see. But they have got a lot of work to do. Which is, you know, this is clan wars. It swings and roundabouts. You know, players are always going to leave. New clans are going to come up. Old clans are going to disappear.
Yeah.
You know, this is clan wars, and this is what you expect from clan wars. To be honest with you, you know, I mean, okay, there's a lot of sort of how can I put this? There's a lot of noise about payments and stuff like that, but even if you take the payments out of the situation, clans are still going to move left, right, and centre. Players are still going to move left, right, and centre. And one of the points I was trying to make the other week is, look at Legion. I mean, Legion were riding high last year. They were doing well. And where are they now? They've broken up. They've dissipated throughout the scene, realistically. Legion in itself still exists, but not in the same way as we saw them in autumn. It's just clan wars. So it's always going to be that way. And Imor are struggling to retain their players at the moment. I get that. I understand that. But a lot of clans struggle to retain players. But you know, it's not nice to see sort of named clans struggling and then sort of dropping out. But it was Loka and Raid faced the same thing in winter. I mean, a lot of players left Raid. Playmaker, Money Dude, Toby, they all left Raid. I mean, Toby's with Endgame. Money Dude is with IW, I believe. And Playmaker, where's Playmaker? I can't remember where Playmaker went. Loka. And then Loka lost a lot of players as well during the winter season and just before the winter season. So it does happen within the clan war situation. The clan war scene, players move here, there, and everywhere. Doesn't mean that it's going all to pot, because it's not. So it'd be interesting to see. So it will be interesting to see. I mean, I'm hoping Loka come back, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I think they will. They're progressing really nicely yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a soft spot for Loka, to be honest with you. And I'd like not Loka. I'd like Loka and Imor to come back. I've got a soft spot for Imor, and you know, I'd like to see them come back to their form again. That would be nice. It'd be nice to see Loka come back. Yes, it would. Yes, it would. And I think they're on that. They're building it. They're rebuilding him. They will get there. It's good to see Raid,
they have a really strong
coming
team
back, as I said. The F saying, yeah, it's true. APA is for sure a top team, but the problem is there are more teams who are using 100% accounts, and they are making the tournament harder for the teams who are playing fair play. I get that. The F, I totally get that, and I can't disagree with you there. And I don't think anybody can disagree with you there. It does have an effect. But the problem is with Wargaming sending that green light that, you know, we're not going to do anything about it effectively. More and more people are going to use 100% win rate accounts, and more and more people will see that they get an advantage if they can get their win rate for the overall win rate up. They get an advantage with the seeding, so it becomes a catch-22 where even clans that generally don't even consider using this sort of tactic, as the tour goes through, they may be more tempted, let's say, to use it. And again, I can't blame the clans for thinking in that direction. How can you? I mean, EU is kind of manageable. It gets even harder when you start looking at the likes of NA, as we discussed last week. I mean, NA, as you know, it's a smaller scene, clan wars. Being a smaller scene, you're going to get more and more using 100% win rate accounts to manipulate that MM to get the seeding. And it's going to be, well, what can I say? It's going to be what it is. until Wargaming finally stamp it out. And we don't know when that's going to be, to be honest. They say they're working on it. I trust
by
them,
the way,
just don't know.
like,
Yes.
are the Asian teams using 100% accounts as well?
Asia.
Yeah.
Yeah, some are.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's going to mess it quite a lot more.
It does. Well, it's across the board. And the thing is, as we said last week, on the RU server, because there are so many clans playing Clan Wars on RU server, it's slightly more manageable on RU, to be perfectly honest with you, because there are so many clans playing it. And when you've got so many playing, it sort of dissipates throughout all the throughout it. In the chances of you getting a massive advantage is not as great as it becomes on EU. EU's got obviously a smaller clan wars based than CIS, and it does become, you know, quite an issue on EU. But then it becomes an even bigger issue on the likes of NA in Asia, which is a much smaller clan war scene. So that's when it becomes an issue.
I mean, on NA, if you don't have 100 win rate accounts now, and you're not, say, one of the sort of top 4 competing teams like Joker or whoever, you're pretty much going to come up against a team in top 4 or very likely top 8 within your first round in your group stage, and you're not even going to make the finals if you're not using them at this point.
Yeah.
Even though there's quite a few teams like you, I think you've seen Straight. They're down in what, 19th?
Oh God, Straight
they're
are really
very much
struggling.
like,
yeah.
I mean, they are struggling anyway. And I think that's just sort of internal clan stuff. But they're not really using the sort of 100 win rate accounts.
No.
And they're getting a bit screwed over by the whole like win rate seeding. And you're seeing there's a lot of clans now that just are maybe deserving of those top 16 and top 8 places in NA, but they don't have maybe the funds necessary, because you do have to sort of pay a bit of money to get those 100 win rate accounts straight away.
Yes.
And if you don't have them, you're just really starting to see see it come into force in NA, especially now.
Well, and this is the thing. I mean, you know, the smaller the server, the more impact it has, and it is throwing. I mean, you've still got some very dominant clans on NA. Don't get me wrong, and the likes of Pramo, Rain, Joker, GG is looking good, etc., etc. But yeah, there are some name clans that are struggling. I mean, they're not just struggling because, as you pointed out, it's not just because of the MM or the win rate accounts, but they are struggling, and it just adds to that struggle. So the seeding just adds to it, and it doesn't help them. And you know, if you're struggling in one quarter, if you then stick something else on top of that, it's like a double struggle, and then everybody starts losing interest and gets pissed off. And it's just the way it is. So yeah, they've got to sort it, but until they sort it, it's going to be diluted. And as I said, as we go through the season, more and more teams will start utilizing this kind of tactic, because they, for example, the other day, one team in the group stage came up against Endgame or Raid at the opening battle and got absolutely smashed. Now, if they're serious about Clan Wars, then they may turn around and say, well, look, let's stick 200% win rate accounts in our team. That way we're not going to face Endgame or Raid straight off the bat next time. We're going to face a 40% win rate clan. So at least we're going to get some more cups or more credits. Cups aren't the big deal for those type of clans, but they'll get some more rewards, in-game rewards, more credits, more this, more that. And you'll see more and more of that being thrown at it. And it may not be the top clans utilising the tactic. It'll now be the mediocre to the lower clans using that tactic. And then you will get some of the top name clans thinking, well, we're really struggling here because of whatever reason. We need good MM as well, because we obviously need to either make it into the challengers or we need to try and make it into the top 8. So it becomes this vicious circle of clan upon clan upon clan using this type of tactic and feeling okay about it because, well, why not? Wargaming have said they're not doing anything about it, so it can't be that bad. It's just it's the way it is. It's like a revolving door until it's stamped out, unfortunately. But it does diminish the clan war scene, so to speak, because the idea of clan wars is meant to be skill based. It's meant to be a skill based scenario, You know, you get into the pro tour based on skill, not on win rate, but on skill. So yeah, it's one of those, but I don't know. Hopefully they'll sort it before
You have
autumn.
a couple of clan not participating as well, like Nice and Vibes, which are quite a shame, really, because of these debacle.
Yeah. I mean, Vibes are refusing to take part whilst the 100% win rate scenario is in place because they just don't feel that it's a tactic they want to use themselves, which is fair enough. And you know, they don't want to be screwed over during the MM, which again is fair enough. And I understand them, and I applaud them for taking that. But it disappoints me because I want to see the clan war scene grow, not diminish. So, you know, that's what disappoints me. I'm not saying that Vibes themselves are disappointing me. It's the overall thing that disappoints me. Yeah. Because I want to see growth, I don't want to see it retract. So it's it's disappointing to see the likes of Nice and Vibes not taking part because of one thing, not because of the fact that we can't get the players, or we can't do this, or we can't have the time, or we haven't got the strats, or we're just not capable, purely because, well, we don't want to be screwed over on a 100% win rate account MM. I mean, that's what we're talking about, which, yeah, that's the disappointing side. But, well, hopefully they'll resolve it for the best. And I'm hoping, even though they've said potentially autumn, I'm hoping that it will be before autumn. And I'm also, and I think, well, I'd like that. And I think they have already made it public that this summer will not be a tier 8 tournament, which is fantastic, because that was a disaster, to be fair.
I don't know, or they can make like a quote unquote fun tournament for like the next season before they fix the whole win rate issue thing. I don't know.
Well, they should be. I mean, they should be trying to work on it, but they have got limited resources, to be fair. Because Wargaming don't throw a lot of resources at the tournament side because it doesn't cater for the majority of the player base. And what we're trying to do is, basically it works this way: the more people who watch it, the more interest there becomes. The more interest there becomes, the more Wargaming can get sponsors to be interested. And the more sponsors that are interested, the more money there is, and all that sort of stuff. So it's all about building. I mean, you know, if people aren't watching Clan Wars, then sponsors aren't interested in doing it because there's no audience reach. Which is one of the reasons why Wargaming at the moment are streaming the finals via their YouTube channel, which is perfectly understandable. Because if you can get the thousands of people watching, then that attracts sponsors, which throws money at the game because they're going to sort of try and capture an audience. And I totally understand that. I totally agree with that. But that's what needs to happen. There needs to be more interest in Clan Wars for Wargaming to throw more at it. And, you know, at the moment, the majority of the player base is not interested in it. They're interested in rolling out and getting, you know, big derpy tanks in normal battles.
Measures.
Do I know what the new tanks are at the loading screen? I haven't looked, to be honest.
The Object 260.
It was the Object 260, is it? Yeah, the Object 260. So that should be coming then during any time soon in a crate.
Yeah, it's gonna go in the shop pretty soon.
Mm-hmm. And, you know,
just don't buy it for the love of God.
Why? Why?
Well, I just feel like on paper the 113 is a lot better than that thing.
You'll be surprised. That's all I will say on
Russian,
that.
So it's Russian, so don't be.
Yeah, you'd be surprised. I mean, I've tested it, so you'll be surprised.
Yeah, come on, Fugit, say more. Give us more details.
It's a Russian tank.
Yeah, that says no.
Yeah,
it's a
Russian
IS-7
tank.
prototype.
It's basically an IS-7 prototype, but it's not. You know, it's not a German tank. I can't
Or
say
even French tank.
You know, I can't say much about it. But all I'm going to say is this. I mean, if you know, I think it'll be an interesting addition to the game. It's not broken. I can tell you that for a fact. Never, you know, unless they've changed it, but it's not broken.
No, after they nerfed it, no.
No, have they nerfed it? I don't know.
Yeah, they nerfed the armor and like a couple of other things. I forgot.
But you know, it's going to be enjoyable. It's going to be an enjoyable tank. And then you've got other tanks coming through as well. They may not come through now, but they're on Blitzhanger. And you know, if you look at my Blitz stars, you can see. And if you know what type of player I am, you will see which ones are going to be sort of, how can I say this? Not quite OP, but powerful. So by all means, have a look at my Blitz stars and look at the ones that don't have a WN8. The WN8 is black, and you'll see that those are the test tanks. And you'll think, that one could be interesting. Oh, that one's very interesting. And
they nerfed quite a lot of the unreleased premium tanks, actually, like the Turtle and the... Oh, I forgot the light, the tier 8 light. The Russian one, I forgot.
Yeah, I can't remember all their names. What's it called?
LT 40.
LT.
432, yeah.
Yeah. So like
yeah,
I
like
said,
they nerfed those two.
like I said, if you go onto my Blitz stars, you will see my stats for the MVO, the 260, the Object 907. You will also see my stats for the AE Phase 1, the 50 TP prototype. You will also see my stats for the LT 432, the Turtle, the Suma, and the Skoda. So those are all on my Blitz stars. It's all public, so you can see.
Or you can just go to Blitzhanger.
Or you can just go to Blitzhanger. But as I said, if you know what my play style is like, you'll get an understanding of if the tank's powerful or not. Let's put it that way. So it is public, and I'm not breaking the test rules. It is public knowledge because anybody can look on Blitz stars. I'm not going to tell you what the tank is like to play, etc., etc. So you know, I'm not breaking any rules. And you can anything in the public domain you can check. So I don't know about any nerfs though, to be fair.
If you look on Blitzhanger on the patch 7.9 updates, they nerfed quite a lot of the unreleased premium tanks, like the Object 907, the unreleased Tech 3 M6 York.
Yeah.
And also the A Phase 1, LT432, the Turtle. And like those are it actually.
Okay.
Like those are the nerfs.
Fair enough, that's fair enough.
Like quite a huge one actually, like I would say.
But I mean, they're gonna be some interesting tanks. So if 37 grad, what's the point of 100% win rate accounts in tours? To get better seeding. That's all. No other reason than that. No other reason than that. So there you go. But yeah, I mean, you know, I'm looking forward to some of the tanks that they're bringing in. I'm certainly looking forward to the additional American Tech Tree line. To be honest with you, I think that'd be a nice addition. And I'm looking forward to this Russian light coming through. That will be nice. That will be nice. But I mean, I'm looking forward to the Turtle. But then again, I'm somebody who thinks the Tortoise is still a nice tank. So.
They nerfed the armor quite hard actually on the Turtle.
Yeah, have they? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that's a shame. But yeah, I'm somebody, like I said, I'm somebody who thinks the Tortoise is okay. And a lot of people don't. A lot of people hate that tank. But ironically, I hate the tank it leads to. So what can you do? You know, I'm not a big fan of the Death Star. Personally, if it was me, I would have made the Death Star a premium or a collectible, and I would have made the Badger the tank that flows from the Tortoise. But
like they did on
well, that's
PC.
what they did on PC.
Oh, is it? Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
Like-
Never played PC.
Almost every single collector's tank on Blitz are actually Tech 3 tanks on PC.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. Well, there you go.
Like the only one that I can remember is the T22, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Unless I forgot something.
Okay.
But the rest of them are Tech 3 tanks.
Wow. Well, yeah, I would have done it that way. I would never have made the Death Star a tech tree tank. Look at my camera having struggles. Come on, camera, work it out. I would never have made the Death Star a tech tree tank. It's just it's a fun tank. It's that's it. I would have made the Badger the tech tree, but hey, not my game. Anyway, with that, I think we'll knock it on the head for today. We've been doing it for what? We're coming up to 2 hours. Unless anybody else has got anything to say, or anybody wants to raise something. Does anybody want to raise anything? Say anything? Push anything? Talk about anything?
They moved the KPF 50 up a tier compared to PC.
Yeah, but that does make sense though. I mean, you play, if you're a good player and you can play that tank, it's powerful. Okay, when it first came out, it was difficult because of its long reload, but it is a powerful tank.
No, the KPF 50, like the unreleased one.
Oh, sorry, the KPF 50. I thought you meant the KPF 70.
No,
Sorry.
not the 70, the 50. Like they moved it up a tier, and they
okay.
have the third armor compared to the PC version.
There is one there. Any future plans on expanding Japanese line or premiums? Not that I'm aware of. Not that I'm aware of. There are plans for collectors and or premiums with regard to the European line coming in, but nothing about the Japanese that I've heard.
Oh, sorry about that. I completely forgot about the VK actually. The VK90 and the 907 is also not those two are like a premium tank on PC.
Okay.
So that's also those
if
are
there are
not,
tanks
not
that are
extra.
getting released, you won't be able to say anything about it, right?
No, I can't give that information. But
Yeah, exactly.
But even so, if it's public knowledge, generally these things become public knowledge long before they're released. I'm not aware of any. I mean, it's difficult for them to even think about bringing in a Japanese heavy line. It's not a straightforward copy and paste from World of Tanks PC because the maps are too small, basically. And I don't know of any other Japanese tanks that they're thinking about, to be honest with you. I know they're focusing on the EU, and there's obviously the tech tree line of America that we've seen. So, other than that, no, I've not heard anything, to be honest with you. Not a thing.
I don't think they'll introduce the Swedish TD.
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, one thing that they, some of the things that I have heard is they have changed or updated the, what is it, when you do the chat and it scrubs words out. They've updated that to try and catch certain things, especially related to racial slurs. So be mindful of that. And they will chat ban.
They banned quite a lot of people yesterday.
Yeah. It was introduced earlier in the week, and they will ban. They will ban if you start using racial slurs. That's one thing they are focused on at the moment. So be mindful of that, guys. And they're also looking at INGs, IGNs, in-game names. So again, be mindful of that. And I know somebody in Loca was worried when I was streaming them yesterday with their IGN, but I didn't mention their name, so that was okay. But
before they ban my IGN.
Well, like I said, I mean they're cracking down on it. So if you've got suspect IGNs, guys, be careful, because Wargaming will sort of tell you to change it. And if you don't change it, they'll prevent you. They'll ban you until you change it. And also be careful with what you say in game. I know some things are said in a jokey manner, but some things now will be picked up because it's quite a long list of words that they've added. So just be mindful of that, because you will get chat banned. And the chat bans are due to increase as well for certain toxic comments. So at the moment, you get 2 or 3 days chat bans. That will increase to like weeks rather than days. in the hope that it will reduce the level of toxicity. They haven't implemented that yet though, but they are looking at the punishments. To be honest with you, they're not going to permaban, I don't think, but they will increase the chat bans. So, and it's not a bad thing. So by all means, shout at your iPad or your whatever device you play on. Scream at your cat if you've got one. Scream at your girlfriend, wife, boyfriend, whatever. It doesn't matter. Just don't type it in chat. It's as simple as that, really. Just don't type it, and then you're not going to get punished. It may make the game a nicer place. Who knows? But by all means, scream at whatever you want to scream at, as long as it's not typed in chat, and then Wargaming can't do anything about it. And you can call people whatever name you want to call them. Simple, really. Simple as that. So that would be my advice. I mean, that's what I do. I mean, I scream at my iPad. I very rarely type anything in the chat. Unfortunately, I scream when I type when I'm playing. So people see me screaming at my iPad live, unfortunately. But just be mindful of that. They are cracking down. Aside from that, I don't know any updates. Unfortunately, because I'm a CC, I don't get. I'm not in. I don't get to say certain things like Pantooth and Droodles get to say, because they're not CC, so they get to do different leaks. But I will say one thing about that: don't always rely on what you're hearing, and that's not to put Pantooth or Droodles down. By the way, it's just that don't always rely on what you're hearing about the leaks, because the tanks do get changed. Okay, they do get changed. What you see in the test is not the tank that gets released. And I can tell you that for a fact. I tested the Kanonen Jagdpanzer, the Tier 8 German TD. That thing was an absolute monster in the testing, and it's not the tank you now get in the game. So it has been sort of nerfed and tinkered with. So don't always rely on what YouTubers are telling you leak-wise. If you want to know what the tank's going to be like, wait till the likes of Meadsy does a video, because he's an NDA CC, so he gets to release information sooner than the non-NDAs. I'm a non-NDA CC, so you're getting the official version then. So you can be you know for a fact 100% that what he's telling you is exactly what the tank is going to be, and it's not going to be changed unless Wargaming then release an update where they're going to nerf it. So don't always take what YouTubers are telling you, or with the leaks, because they will change. Anyway, right, with that, I think we will knock it on the head. I think we covered quite a bit. But I'll throw it out there one last time. Anything else, guys? Anything else you want to bring up, discuss, chat about?
Nope.
Nope.
Not really.
Nope. Okay. Well, what I'll try and do, PYS number 3 kicks off on Monday. So the way it's working is PYS number 3 is Monday the 3rd, with the final stage on the 4th. So I'll probably schedule a tour talk stream on the 5th, mainly because Jack's not doing his Friday night with Wild. So I'll probably try and jump in. I'm not going to cover the stats and stuff, but we'll just try and have a chat about the tour generally and show you some updates of the who's in what leaderboard, etc., etc. And we'll probably do some predictions and things, but that's about it. It's just to sort of cover Jack while he's doing his exams. It's just like a stand-in, that's all. When Jack comes back, he'll be doing this, not me. Trust me on that. Because it's outside of my comfort zone. It really is.
It just came up actually. Like how do Wargaming like give the stream to like which clan, like for each PYS, or is it like random and stuff?
Wargaming, well, when they ask the stream, but firstly, sometimes the streamers will ask to follow a particular clan, and Wargaming will allocate if they do ask. I myself just say any clan. I don't follow a particular clan. I just say any clan except, for example, Vale, or any clan except Joker when I'm doing NA, because I'm in those clans, so I don't want to stream them. if I come across them from the clan I'm streaming, then it's a different matter. That's okay.
Yeah.
Our war game allocate, well, generally what they do, they look at, so in PYS number 1, they will look at which clans are riding high and are well known, so they allocate to like Endgame, etc., etc. Which is why I got Raid. I got Raid for PYS number 1, and Every Good Name Is Taken got Endgame, because they are two very well known clans. And then when it comes to PYS number 2, what they do then, they look at, well, who's doing well? And IW were doing well, so I got allocated to IW. And Serenity were at the top, so Every got put onto Serenity. And that's how they generally do it. They look at who's performing well, and they try to allocate to the clans that they think people want to see, basically.
Mm.
That's
Yeah,
how-
because
that's
it
how
was
generally
kind of weird that Loka didn't get streamed.
Yeah, I mean, firstly, for PYS number, for the group stages, as I said, there's only 2 streamers on EU. That's myself and Every, so we can't cover all the games, obviously. For PYS number for the final stages, yes, we've had 4 streamers yesterday, but previously we only had 3 streamers with Jack coming in. And again, we just there are what four groups. There's 7 groups in the group stage. And then there are, how many groups are there in the final stage? I can't remember now. But it becomes difficult.
There's only one.
There's only one group, yeah. But it becomes difficult to try and follow all the clans because it's so they've got to try and sort of prioritize it on who's doing well and who do people want to see. Which is why I got IW yesterday because they're doing well. People are interested in them, like the German community, for example. And Every got Serenity because Serenity are doing very well and they're riding top of the table, so people want to see that. So that's why they got allocated that way. And so the more streamers we get, the more people who can be allocated, basically. But just a note for the streamers out there, you've got to approach wargaming. Don't expect wargaming to approach you. You've got to go to them. And you've got to say, look, I'd like to stream. Is there any way I can stream? Blah, blah, blah. And it's Wargaming's decision whether or not you will stream. But don't sit there thinking that Wargamer are going to approach you. It will never happen. Ever. So, Stidge, I know you were thinking of streaming at one stage. Don't think that Wargamer will ask you, mate. They won't. If you want to stream, you've got to approach them. So, and as I said...
Yeah, like, how are they supposed to approach them? Like, who to contact?
Well, contact. You've got either Tony, who not really involved in tournaments. Sirius is the one to contact. If you go onto the tournaments tab in the official Discord of Wargaming, it says for tournament-related issues, contact Daria, Nopka, or Sirius. It's Sirius who's dealing with that sort of side of things. So by all means, dropping a DM if you want to get involved. And as I said, I mean, we're struggling at the moment on Asia and we're struggling on NA. On NA, there's only myself and Fishy. And on Asia, there's only me.
I think NA will get a few more next time. I know a few people who are like applying to try and stream next time.
Well, I hope so.
That should be good.
I hope so. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love streaming NA, but it's not my server. And I'm a great believer in, you need guys who know the clans, know the players, and know the way the server works, from a cultural viewpoint, know the strats and stuff like that. And as I'm not my ping on NA is so bad, I know the clans, some of them, but I don't know the strats that they employ, and I don't know the roster changes, etc., etc. Which is why Fishy is so much better because he understands the server, he understands how the guys are playing, he understands the methodology that the NA players bring to the game. Whereas I play EU and Asia a lot, so I understand EU, I understand Asia. It's different. So I'm a great believer in that you do need sort of local streamers, so to speak, to be honest with you. So hopefully that will go that way with NA. It's always good. It's always a good thing. And, Fish is fantastic. He's great, to be honest with you. It's good that he's hung in there. And Papa Rage was coming back, but obviously he's a Spanish-speaking streamer. But Droodles is not doing it anymore, I don't think. I don't think Droodles is interested anymore. Although I can't say. I mean, I just take that on the fact that Droodles hasn't put his name down. So it'd be nice if NA got some local streamers, yeah. Absolutely. Anyway, good morning. It's good afternoon, Peter. Afternoon. Maybe morning for you, but it's 8 o'clock in the evening for me, so it's certainly not a morning. Oh, dear me. So, anything else, guys? No? Yes?
Nope.
Excellent. Okay, well, like I said, the other thing, I don't know where I'm streaming yet for EU, but if any of the clans are around, and Kiseo's here, be careful, because if you get through to final stage and I'm streaming you, I will be dropping you a line to say, a DM to say, oi, let's do an interview, which basically means you'll screw up the next match and not progress. So just be mindful of that, because so far I've interviewed Raid and they didn't progress, and also IW, who didn't progress either. So be mindful of that. I am sort of getting this curse going through. But I will be interviewing clans. If, of course, they let me. I mean, it's what I wanted. It's like, you know, I think it's great. We've had quite a lot of interest. A lot of people have liked it. So we will see. We will see.
I'm scared.
There's no reason. I mean,
do not jinx me.
Yeah, that's more to be scared about. The questions are easy. It's just jinxing that's the problem. So, but yeah, it'll be good. It'll be good. Right, and with that, I'm going to go. We've just over 2 hours, so hopefully we'll try and set something up for, like I said, in between PlayOS 3 and 4 to do a catch up. We will see. Right, until then, guys. Those of you who were minded, don't forget season coin tournaments today, and I think. Is that tomorrow, or is it just Quick Tools tomorrow? No, there's season core tournaments today and tomorrow. Funnily enough, so if you want to get that blaze, get out there, start doing season coins, and then Prove Your Skill number 3 starts Monday. So that's when we'll be streaming. Well, I'll be streaming later today in the season coin tour that I'm going out with Imor. But aside from that, I'm going to try and set up a team. Possibly tier 8 to do a season coin tomorrow. So if anybody's interested, let me know. Drop me a DM. Doesn't matter what your skill rate level is, I don't care. It's just a bit of fun. It's just a bit of fun. Nothing more than that. So if you're interested, let me know. Right, and with that, I'm going to go. Guys, it's been fantastic again, having so many of you drop in to have a quick chat. As I said, we're back again later, and officially we're back again like on Monday for the tours. But until then, have a good one. Enjoy the rest of your day. Everybody on Discord, say goodbye.
See you later.
Bye.
See ya.
Goodbye.
Right, anyway, all the best, guys. Catch you soon. Bye for now.